Hello, welcome to this introductory photography course. My name is Clover Leary and I will be your instructor for this online course. I've been teaching a wide variety of photography courses since 2003. I wanted to go over some key course policies and requirements to get started. So this course provides a practical hands-on introduction to digital SLR photography. The objective of the course is to introduce you to the fundamental skills that are necessary to communicate ideas using photographs. In addition, you'll learn to operate a digital SLR camera thoroughly. We'll go over image criticism, imaging technology, and basic applications of photography. This class is completely asynchronous, meaning we will not be doing any activities that require you to participate at a specific time of day, such as Zoom. It's not a Zoom live course. Instead, you'll have readings, image-based lectures, videos to review each week, along with a set of assignments, quizzes, written critiques, and written discussions with due dates for each. If you want to chat with me online, you're welcome to make an appointment to chat or schedule a Zoom meeting during my office hours. You're welcome to email me through Canvas inbox at any time. Just so you know, I generally will respond within about 24 hours Monday through Friday. I likely won't respond on weekends or evenings. I usually only check this account or the cloverlee@yahoo.com account during business hours. So I will get back to you within 24 hours though when classes are in session. Many students register for distance learning courses thinking that it will require less time. And though you do spend less time in the classroom, of course, the art of discovering information, the responsibility for scheduling your own learning into your busy lives will be on your shoulders. So in reality, many distance learning courses are actually more of a time commitment than a traditional lecture-based course, though there are, of course, some obvious advantages, meaning you can have a lot of flexibility in when and how you encounter the course and do your coursework. If you've also signed up for the short-term intensive version of this course, though, please be aware that you will cover the same amount of material and assignments that are covered in a full 16-week course, but crammed into a much smaller time frame. So for short-term intensive courses, you do need to be disciplined and organized and have a plan for your success. So the short-term version of the course moves really fast with multiple due dates each week. So it's especially important that you pay attention to the schedule and plan ahead. It's essential that you read through all course material located on the Course Canvas website in the syllabus module and the week 1 module, ideally on the first day the class starts. The course website will be available beginning the first day of class, usually about a day before. Please review the syllabus and course calendar especially carefully. There's no official textbook for the course, and if you're already a pretty proficient DSLR camera user and familiar with manual shooting, you may not need one. But if manual shooting is new for you, if you have a new camera, if you're not really familiar with the operation of the camera, I highly recommend getting a digital photography textbook of some variety. I have a couple good options located in the syllabus, but any comparable textbook will be fine. If you don't want to buy a textbook, you can also rent one through Amazon. We have a few options in the library as well. All images turned for assignments must be new photographs shot for the specific assignment by you. No work shot before the start of class will be accepted. The class is about learning to take better photographs, so turning in old work doesn't benefit you or anyone else. All images turned in for assignment must be large, unaltered RAW and JPEG files. I don't accept processed or altered images without the original file submitted, as this class is about using your camera to take the best photos you can without necessarily relying on post-process to fix mistakes or problems. It's about getting the most from your camera. So I need to be able to see how you're shooting and metering before processing in order to give you feedback. Students have been having a number of difficulties viewing all necessary information in the course through mobile apps. So the Canvas apps are okay, but they do hide certain important information, especially my grading notes in my critique. So if you're looking up your grades, just don't do it through a mobile app, right? Just log in using a computer and a desktop or laptop computer. You'll be able to see all of my grade notes, all of my suggestions, why your assignment grade is the way it is, suggestions for improvement. That's my recommendation. So the course requires software for post-processing and raw shooting and processing. We're going to be mostly using Photoshop and Photoshop subprogram Adobe Camera Raw. You can also use comparable software. There are instructions on acquiring Photoshop either for free or with a substantial discount in the syllabus module. So again, you're going to become familiar with software programs that are capable of image download, organization, post-processing, and image editing. Your software must be capable of processing raw camera photographs. So I will provide software tutorials on a few different programs, on Adobe Bridge, Adobe Camera Raw, and Adobe Photoshop. They work really well together as an editing and organizational system for photography. But if you're already using an alternate software program that does this, such as Adobe Lightroom, you can simply use that one instead. In addition to the free software the college may still be providing, you're also able to get Adobe software at a substantial discount while you're a student. So you can either purchase a yearly license through collegebuys.com, which is my recommendation, or you can subscribe to Adobe Creative Cloud for software access, for its, more money per year, but in that case, you'll just be doing a monthly fee. This course focuses on manual camera control and photographic composition. You may use one of the following camera types for the course. 35mm film SLR camera. I have a couple notes about that in a minute, but if you are using a film camera, please note you need to have your film processed at a lab that does fast turnaround and also provide you with digital scans of your negatives for upload. DSLR cameras mostly are going to be fine. Pretty much any DSLR camera is going to give you raw shooting and fully manual operation. You can also use a DSLR equivalent mirrorless camera that shoots in RAW mode. So if you are using a mirrorless camera, make sure it shoots in RAW mode, make sure it has fully manual capability, aperture, shutter, ISO, and also that the lenses are adjustable. So after the following lectures and readings this week, if you're not already sure about your camera, you might have a better idea of the various cameras and their advantages and disadvantages. So for this course, even though there is a possibility of, using a film-based SLR camera, I highly recommend using digital cameras instead, just due to the fully online format of the course. But if you want to use a film camera, you still can. You just have to make arrangements for film processing and scanning yourself. In addition to that, you're going to be keeping track of every exposure you make. So you have to provide ISO, f-stop, shutter speed, and lens length for the photographs you turn in. So it's a little bit more labor intensive in that way. The college does provide DSLR camera checkout. So instructions can be found in the syllabus module, but again, if you don't have a camera to use for this course, we can help you out. We may also have laptops you can check out and access. You also can go into our computer labs on campus and use the computer labs there if you don't have software at home. Each assignment will include assignment instructions, grade rubrics, slide presentations, videos, and a deadline. So please review all of these before you start working. Photo assignments and group discussions and critiques are due by midnight on the due date, but I do give a 24-hour grace period for photo assignment submissions, critiques, and discussions. So if you're a little bit late, it's fine. You don't have to contact me. It's okay, as long as it's within 24 hours. But since this is a group participation-based course, I do insist that, the work has to be submitted within 24 hours of the due date for credit. So if it's later than 24 hours, you don't need to turn it in. You can do an alternate assignment to make up the lost points. I know that things come up, and I want you to succeed. So if you miss a deadline, look at the extra credit options in the assignments module and see how you can make up the lost points. The advantage of that is that these aren't due till the end of the semester. So you have a longer amount of time to come up with the extra credit assignments. So as long as a photo assignment is attempted and turned in on time, you can always redo it for full credit. Just review my grade notes in the grade rubric before you redo an assignment. The first attempt does not need to be perfect. If you make mistakes, so will others, and other students in the course can learn from your errors just like you will learn from theirs. So please don't hesitate to turn in an imperfect attempt. Having the opportunity to give and receive feedback and suggestions is an effective way to learn difficult techniques. Again, just please review my grade notes in the grade rubric before you redo any assignments to kind of see my feedback and see what was and wasn't working. Completed assignments will also be uploaded and critiqued on a separate class Flickr page for convenience in viewing and critique. The link to the class group Flickr site is located in the weekly modules as well as in your syllabus. There's a document I want you to review called Assignment Guidelines for Upload and Critique, How to Join the Class Flickr page. So Flickr is an image hosting website. We're going to be using it in this class to provide a forum for viewing the photographs created for each assignment, and also for critiquing them as a group. We're using Flickr instead of the various photo sharing tools offered in Canvas because Flickr shows the shooting data, which is incredibly important for us. We can also easily see camera settings and better understand how images were shot. We can use that information when offering image critique and feedback. Critiques. Critiques are mandatory. Critiques are the primary way for you to give and receive feedback in this course. So in addition to the points earned for submitting critiques, the critiques are also a part of each photo assignment grade. Your assignment will be reduced one letter grade, 10%, if you don't submit critiques to the Canvas critique discussion for that assignment within 24 hours of the due date. Your critique should be a frank and detailed assessment of the image and focus on constructive criticism. So again, just saying, hey, I love your photograph, it's great. It's not really providing any kind of practical help to the student whose image you're looking at, right? What's much more useful and important for them is suggestions for improvement, right? Looking at your camera settings, really spending some time considering the image and thinking about how it could be improved with the various camera settings we're learning in this course. So discuss techniques that pertain to that specific assignment when possible. Suggest compositional improvements. Suggest alternate camera settings if it seems that it's warranted. You must submit the critiques that you want to turn in for credit on Canvas, but you're also going to be submitting your critiques, just copying them to the Flickr, to the image on Flickr. So the person can see the critique with the photograph and the rest of the class can as well. Submit as many comments on Flickr as you like. They're not going to be submitted for your grade. It's the critiques you submit on Canvas that I'll be grading, but it's really important for the class to see all of the comments you submit on Flickr so they can see the kind of evaluation you're giving and read it. So when you submit critiques, just remember that this is not just a little, it's not Twitter. It's not just a couple, like words about the image. The very minimum requirement for critique is at least 150 word minimum. Any critique that's less than 150 words, it's not going to get credit, right? That's the very minimum effort required in submitting commentary and analysis of image. So quality is of even greater importance than quantity, right? You have to have really analytical, interesting, thoughtful assessment of the images and suggestions. So participation is expected in all aspects of the course. Please email me if there's any reason you're having trouble keeping up with the required work. Let me know and we can try to come up with some sort of a plan. I look forward to working with you. Please do not hesitate to contact me if you have any questions, right? All of my contact information is in the syllabus, and the easiest way to contact me again is through the Canvas inbox. Look forward to encountering you in the course.